What's up, notJust developers? Welcome to a new live stream. I'm so happy to see everyone. We missed a week, but today we are live with a new build, and probably this is one of the most requested build on my channel because everyone was saying like, hey, when is the e-commerce website? So yeah, today we're gonna build a full stack e-commerce tutorial based on Amazon website or Amazon application. And yeah, in this video we're gonna do everything regarding the UI. The next videos we're gonna do the backend, and the third video we're gonna do the payment integration. So by the end of this series, you're gonna have a ready full stack e-commerce website that you can continue improving and later on deploying to market or yeah. So yeah, this is a tutorial for any levels, so you don't have to know React Native. If you are just new to React Native, that's gonna be fine because we're gonna start slowly. I'm gonna explain everything I'm doing. We're gonna start from scratch, and yeah, step by step we're gonna get into more advanced features such as backend and payment integration and so on. So let's have a look at what we're gonna build by the end of today's video. So yeah, we're gonna start with the search page with products, because I think that this is the most important page on an e-commerce website. And here we're gonna display a vertical scrollable list of products with their images, titles, price, reviews, and so on. Also, in the top bar, we're gonna have like a search bar where you'll be able to search different products and so on. After you press on a product on this page, we're gonna redirect the user on the details page. And here we're gonna display more details about the product. Also, cool feature will be this image carousel, where we will be able to swipe through different images of the product. Yeah, here we're gonna have more details about the price. We're gonna be able to add the product to cart or to buy it instantly, to choose different options of a product. So yeah, I think that we have like so many features planned for today. I really hope that we manage to do them in time. Yeah, after the product details page, when you add products to shopping cart, then you'll be able to view this shopping cart. Here you'll see all the items that you have added to shopping cart. You'll be able to change their quantity. You'll be able to see the total and so on. After which you'll be able to proceed to checkout, which will lead you to this page where you'll enter your details. And yeah, we will build this in React Native, like all the form management using like state and so on. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this build. Let me know in the comments right now if you are also excited. So regarding front-end technologies, we're gonna use React Native, of course. I think there is no React Native e-commerce tutorial on YouTube. I saw a lot of tutorials like this in React.js, but we're gonna build it in React Native because we want to build a mobile application. We're not gonna use Expo. We're gonna use React Native CLI for people that are interested. Yeah, what else? We're gonna write our code in TypeScript, and if you don't know what TypeScript is, don't worry, it's the same JavaScript, only with types. So yeah, this will make our code more secure and will take care of some issues that might arise with JavaScript. So it's nothing too complicated. I'm gonna explain like how to define these types and so on. From libraries, we're gonna use React Navigation, vector icons to render the icons in the application, to manage the navigation. And we're gonna do everything in modern yeah, technologies. We're gonna use React functional components, hooks, and so on. Okay. So what will you learn? Because this project is with educational purposes, so we don't want just to copy something. We are doing this to learn. So first thing, you will learn how to set up a React Native project from scratch. Then we're gonna get into rendering built-in components and creating with them beautiful UI designs. We will use components such as text, view, images, lists, and so on. After that, we're gonna create our own components that we will be able to reuse throughout our application. And yeah, in React Native, it's very good to create separate components for everything, to separate the code into smaller components in order not to have all the code into the same file and have it unmanageable. Try to keep your components small, and yeah, it's gonna save you a lot of time in future. Yeah, we're gonna use for our components functional components. Yeah, we're gonna learn about props. This is how you send data from a parent component to a child component. It's very important to have these reusable components and to receive data and to have them reusable. After that, we're gonna speak about the state. We're gonna implement state management inside the component. What else? Navigation, to navigate between screens. We will have a stack navigator. We will also have a tab navigator, like in the bottom. Usually, a lot of applications have this bottom tab navigation. We're gonna have that as well. We're gonna learn how to install third-party libraries. And also, we're gonna speak about React Native best practices. All right, so if you're new on this channel, hello, my name is Vadim, and welcome here. Yeah, a little introduction. I'm a full stack developer for over 7 years. At the moment, I'm the CTO at a small startup in the sports industry. I also worked at Amazon as a software developer engineer. And yeah, I'm passionate about coding, building impactful startups, sharing my journey and my knowledge with you here on YouTube. Yeah, don't forget to check out my Twitter and Instagram. Follow me there. I started posting there more often, so let's connect there and stay in touch during the week. Big thanks to our new channel members that have been subscribing the past 2 weeks. So I'm gonna try to read their names. Sorry if I spell it wrong. So first one, WebGuni, Sebastian, thank you very much. Ahmed, thank you. JDevCast, thank you very much. Chudi and then Maxim. Guys, you mean the world to me. Thank you for supporting the channel and making this possible. Okay, let's finish the introduction shortly. We have 2 more slides, and then I'm gonna be able to talk with you in the live comments. All right, so a little disclaimer here. I think that this is important. Yeah, this build is for educational purposes only. All the views, opinions, technology choices, everything expressed in this video are my own and do not represent the views, opinions, technology choices of any entity whatsoever with which I have been, I am now, or I will be affiliated. And yeah, this is important because I worked at Amazon. However, this build has nothing to do with my experience at Amazon. I will do this in different technologies in React Native based on some screenshots that everyone can see on their website. So Amazon is just our inspiration for this project. And yeah, one more important thing is that I don't want you to get the wrong feeling, or I don't want to put Amazon or any Amazon employees in bad shade, because what I'm doing here, I'm doing just a simple MVP. I'm not covering like by far all the features that Amazon has. Like this build is just a drop in the ocean. And because yeah, like at Amazon, there are thousands of smart developers working at this website for decades, not even years. And yeah, it's a lot of work. The website is very big. So yeah, don't get the impression that you can build Amazon in a weekend and start competing with them, because that's not the case. Yeah, I had great teams there. Everyone like is amazingly smart. So hello there. All right. With that being said, what will you need from the prerequisites? You'll need the dummy data. I prepared all the dummy data that you'll need throughout the build, the images, icons. Also, this PDF presentation also can be found on assets.notjust.dev/Amazon. Also, you need some coffee. I have it here. Let's go. And yeah, the introduction is done. Hello guys, how are you doing? Let's see. I see most YouTube React Native videos only test on iOS. Doesn't React Native work on Android? Yeah, let me put it straight. The build that we're gonna do today will work both on Android and on iOS. So if you're working on a Windows machine or Linux machine, you'll not be able to test it on iOS simulator. Go ahead and test it on Android emulator. Everything should be working the same. At the end, I will try to test it on Android to make sure that, yeah, everything is working. However, I tried to test it on Android during live streams, but my PC does not agree with that. So it's very slow. So that's why I have to test it on iOS. It runs much faster. Yeah, because I do everything on my laptop, like streaming. I have a lot of tabs open and so on. That's why. But go ahead and test it on Android. Stay hydrated. Yep. Hello, brother. Great work. Thank you very much. Okay, we have some donations. Awesome. Do we have them here? Yep. So Jefferson Daniel, thank you for the donation. Do you have any questions? Priyank, thank you, brother. You're always here. You're the best. What is the backend? The backend for this project will be, drum rolls, AWS Amplify. But we're gonna get to that later. Okay, let's see some other questions and then we can get started. Hello from South Africa. Hello, Zach. Hello from Tanzania. Hi. Thanks for sharing. My pleasure. Greetings from Korea. Hello. Greetings from Mexico. Hello. Please add some functionality for e-commerce app. Yep, that's what we're gonna do today. Greetings from Miami. Oh, Jefferson. Hello, Miami. Can you run the same app on Android? Yes, I said that. Yep. Clinton, hi, excited for my first live with you. Watched all your videos. Oh, that's really awesome. I saw Dax as well is the first time catching me. Can you let me know down in the comments like what is your local time? I'm trying to do the live stream so it will be easy for everyone to join. But yeah, the world is too big and I cannot do that. Okay, let's. Yeah, I saw you got some t-shirts. I need one. Yeah, I have them here. Oh, come on. I have a AWS Amplify. Let me change the screen. Yeah, I have these t-shirts. I won them during the hackathon that we did in a 12-hour live stream from Hashnode and Amplify. They arrived today. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna do some research based on the times that you're dropping right now. Okay, ready? Let's get started. Because we have, like with every live stream, I'm setting myself bigger goals and I'm going crazy like with even more features because I need to cut a lot of features in order to manage them to do this in a 3-4 hours live stream. But it's always like more and more, like this is also important. I want to show them this as well. I want that feature like for e-commerce. So let's get started. Okay, for this build, we're gonna start it from a template. and that template needs the latest version of React Native CLI. So I didn't have the latest version. I had a very old version on my PC, and I reinstalled it. I upgraded it. You can do that following these steps. First of all, you uninstall the old legacy version by running this command. Then you install it globally, the new React Native Community CLI, either using yarn or npm, depends on what you have. And after that, you can run React Native -- version, and you should have a version starting with 5 dot something. So after doing that, yeah, because of this upgrade, I had an issue, and I just want to let you know, maybe someone will have, and it will be helpful. I had an error running the application on iOS, and the reason was that I had a space inside the path name of a project. The error doesn't say that, it's a weird error, but I researched it, and if you just remove a space, delete node modules, yarn lock, the log files, pod files for iOS, and pod file log, then reinstall again the libraries. After removing the space from the path name, everything will work as expected. So, yeah. Next step, we're gonna create a new project, and I'm gonna use a template because I have never used templates to bootstrap React Native projects, and I always found it very helpful when Expo had these templates. And then I said, like, why can't I use the templates from React Native? So yeah, I tried that for this build. We're gonna use this React Native template TypeScript. It's a very clean template. It only comes with TypeScript. I am planning to prepare a template for our builds that will include some libraries that we always use, such as navigation, vector icons. I think these are very important libraries that most of the projects are using. So I'm gonna prepare it for our builds, but in this build, we're gonna use this one. Yeah, they also mentioned here about this issue. Okay, so to do that, we're gonna bootstrap the project with React init, the name of the project, -- template, and the name of the template. In this case, React Native template TypeScript. I already did that because it takes around 5 minutes, so I didn't want you to waste the time here waiting. So what I did React Native init, the same thing as here. After it initialized everything successfully, I then opened the folder. Yeah, I went into this folder with CD Amazon clone. Then I opened the folder in my Visual Studio Code, and that's it in this terminal. The rest I'm gonna show you here. So let's go into our Visual Studio Code. In one terminal, I did yarn start. You have a command there as well. This will start the development server. And if you're using NPM, you can also do npm run start. That's gonna work. And in the other terminal, you're gonna run the application on your device. So it's either yarn iOS to run it on iOS device, or yarn Android to run it on Android. Yeah, if you're using npm, you will do npm run Android, for example. Okay, I hope that's clear. And yeah, that's everything that I did. And here on the right, we have our application. This is the getting started application. It has a simple page to show you that it's working. So going back in our Visual Studio Code, let me know if you can see the font well, or should I make it bigger? But I think bigger, I will not be able to work. So yeah, here in app.tsx, this is the entry point for our application. This is where everything is displayed, like this page. I don't know, I can write here, not title, but what? Hello world. If I save, everything will be hello world here. Okay, that's not the point. Yeah, at this point we have bootstrapped our React Native application. It's here, we see it, we are able to change, we see the changes right away in our application, and we are ready to start working. Okay, the next step, one more boring step, and then we're gonna get into the interesting part. So now let's install the vector icons library. This is a library that will help us render icons. It has a directory, a very huge directory with almost any icons that you'll ever need. I highly recommend it using it. Very simple to use. So let's do yarn add React Native vector icons. This is the first step to install the library. We can open it also here. Let's open the package because we will need to do one more step. Okay, here, the installation guide here is awful. It has a lot of steps and you mostly don't need to do anything. So follow what I do. Let's go here. Where is it? List of available font copies. Yeah, we need this list of fonts. And we need them because we want to copy them in our iOS build. So let's go into our iOS, Amazon clone, and here there is info .plist, list. I don't know how to pronounce it. And we scroll down here, and before closing the dictionary, here, yeah, we add our array that we copied. Make sure that it's before closing the dictionary, and yeah, after whatever the last thing is here. So let's save this. And the next step, yeah, add UI app fonts to info, and then to Android is to, yeah, in Android app build Gradle, we're gonna write this. That's the same thing just for Android. Android will make sure to copy all the fonts from the library to copy it inside the build. So let's go to app, build Gradle, Android app build Gradle. And yeah, at the end of a file, we do apply here like this. And I hope it will work. React Native vector icons, yeah. And yeah, for if you're doing it for iOS, and that's only if you're doing for iOS, don't try to run this command if you're on Windows, on macOS, or Linux. We're gonna install the pods to install the dependencies for pod install iOS like this. If you're testing on Android, you just need to rerun the application on Android. Just doing yarn Android one more time, and this will make sure that the new fonts will be added to your new build, and you should be able to see them there. So let's grab an example here of a font. I hope we have some examples, just to make sure that we are able to render them. Yeah, here I can. Okay. In our app.tsx, let's try to import the icon, and let's try to render it somewhere on the screen, just to make sure that it's there. So here, after hello world, I'll put the icon. Let's save. And yeah, this is an error because I didn't rerun the application. So let's do yarn iOS. This will rebuild the iOS build. We'll run it, and we should see the rocket icon. Okay, while this is doing, let's have a look at the chat. Here from Brazil, hello Davi. No way, I am sold. Let's go. Is React Native for both iOS and Android? Yes, it is. This is the advantage of writing your application in React Native, because you write it once and you have it for both iOS, Android, and also for web if you want Yeah. Great technology. How many hours of live stream today so I can set my time? I hope it's gonna be less than 4 hours. I wish it will be like 3 to 4 hours. More than that, like, it's not sustainable. Waiting for the backend and payment integration tutorial. That's next week at the same time. What's the time? Because with the time change, current GMT time. So confused with time zones. Yeah, at 2 p.m. GMT. Every week, Friday, 2 p.m. GMT, we are doing lives here. So don't forget, subscribe to the channel. A lot of you haven't subscribed to the channel, I know. Okay, thanks for these videos. They're helping a lot from Suriname. Hello, Rowell. Thank you for joining. You're doing a great job, man. Thank you very much. Okay, we see here the rocket. Question, why is it TSX and not JS? Because we are doing it in TypeScript. I see some of people are saying that. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like inside it's the same thing with just some little changes. Like we're gonna define some types. I'm gonna show you how to do that. For example, here this is the only difference. Here the section will receive a title, and in JavaScript you don't have any types. So the title can be numbers, can be strings, can be anything. So if you have somewhere title dot to uppercase, because you know that the title should be a string, and then some other component, some other developer are sending a number or are sending a defined null, a boolean, anything, your application will crash because there is no function to uppercase on a boolean, for example. So that's why TypeScript comes in here and helps us, because we can say that, okay, I expect a title, but it should be a freaking string. And now everyone which will be using this component, they will not be able to pass in something else. They will have a red arrow like this, and they'll know like, okay, maybe I should cast it from a string to something else. If it, from a number to a string, if it's not already a string. So yeah, this is mostly the only difference about TypeScript and JavaScript. But yeah, highly recommend learning it, because it's not that big of a jump from JavaScript, but it will improve the quality of your application like a lot. So we have installed vector icons. I really hope that they are working on Android as well. Test them out. If someone is doing that live, let me know in the comments. I will test everything at the end. Yeah. Let's move on. So now we get into the interesting part. But no, before that, let's clean a bit our project, because it has a lot of things here. So, okay, let's close everything that we will not need. App.tsx. Here, you know what? We're gonna delete most of the things that we have here. For example, styles. At the end, we will not need the styles. The scroll view, everything inside the scroll view we will delete. So copy everything from here, and we're gonna leave only the safe area view, status bar, and that's it. After that, we're gonna add here our pages. Okay, what else? Yeah, that means that now this components section should also be deleted. So let's delete the section. And here we can remove a lot of unused dependencies like this. I think I can do command dot and remove unused declaration. Delete all unused imports, yeah. And then one more time to fix something else. Command dot fix all prettier. Yeah. Okay, this is better. So now our app screen, yeah, is very minimal. it only have a safe area view, a status bar, and then we were gonna add everything that we will need here down below. Okay, keeping our app.tsx clean, we will need to separate our code into different components, into different screens. So for that reason, we will need, let's create a src directory, and we're gonna put all our code there. So what we will have, let's create a folder in src for our screens. This is where all our screens will be defined. Then another folder called components. This is where we will declare all custom components. And I messed the name up. Components. Yeah, like this. It looks weird, but I hope it's correct. Okay, what else? What else? Yeah, we'll see what we'll need, because yeah, we can get started with this. You should have downloaded the assets. So I'm gonna show you where are they right now before getting into the code. So yeah, you should have downloaded this Amazon assets.zip. If you have a look at them, I have here an image with the colors of Amazon that is going to be helpful for us to choose colors, the presentation, and also the data. So let's grab the data inside our project. Let's copy it, and I'm going to put it in source. Will we be able to do that? Come on. If I drag it, it will move it, right? Oh no, okay. So here in data, yeah, I have this entry point, which is a markdown file. You can view it like this. And here I have all the product images that you will need. I prepared it for you, so it will be easier for you to, not start searching for images and focus on your code. It opened somewhere else, and then here you'll see the files, and here I described what is the data structure of the files. We have a product, which is a list of products that we have. We have product, and this is one individual product with more information for the details page. And also we have a cart, and this is the information that we will need for our shopping cart. Yeah, here is the data. You can have a look. Products, products, and so on. Okay. Yeah. Having said that, yeah, we know about our dummy data. Yeah, we can move on. How can we use snippets in WebStorm for React Native? I think I'm using a library. I'm not gonna stop now. I'm gonna prepare a video for my VS Code setup, and I'm gonna speak about the snippets that I'm using. A lot of people have asked. I'd be happy to pay you to build Cameo app clone. Name your price. Yeah, guys, if everyone else wants to see this application, drop some comments below, and everything depends on what community wants. Don't need anyone to pay me. If a lot of people are requesting this, I'm gonna do it, of course. Because I'm happy to build projects. Yeah, let's get going. So here we have our home and search screen, where we will see. Yeah, at the moment we see a lot of information here. So starting from the top, where is it? Yeah, starting from the top, we see here a search bar where we will be able to search for different products. Then some filtering here, and the page with the results. At the bottom, we see the navigation that we're gonna take care later. So let's focus here on what is the smallest component that we can start building. And yeah, because in React Native, as I said, we split everything into smaller components. And here I would say that the smallest and also the most important component from this page that I see is this product item component, because it's the same component, but different data. Here is the same component, here is the same component here. The only difference is the data that they are displaying, but how they display, it's exactly the same. So that's why we will be able to create a custom component by sending some data. It will render it, and we're going to be able to reuse it. So what? Okay, let's move to the next screen because I want to focus specifically on this component. So here it is. What is this component composed of? First of all, from high level, we look that it has two columns. The first column contains an image of a product, and there is the right column. Okay, in the right column, we see that it's not only one thing, it has some multiple information. The first one is a row inside this column. Inside the big column, we have a row that will display the title. Then we have a row that will display our how's it called, ratings, and at the bottom we're gonna display a row with the title, with the price. Sorry. Okay, let's start building this thing, and yeah, let's open our Visual Studio Code and start coding it. Okay, for this, I'm gonna create a new screen, a new separate screen for our, let's say, home screen. Let's define this as the home screen. So in our source screens, I'm gonna create a new folder called home screen. And inside the home screen, I'm gonna create a new file called index.tsx. TS because it's TypeScript, X because we're gonna use JSX. One cool feature, because we are using React Native 64, right? 064, where is it? React Native 64, yeah. I know that we don't have to import React anymore. So let me generate React Native functional component. This is the boilerplate that I'm gonna use. And yeah, as I heard, we don't need to import this React here. Let's see if it will work. I'm gonna change the name here from index to home screen. Let's copy this here. I'm gonna add some. Prettier is not happy with this. I think I should disable Prettier because I'll spend so much time just making sure that it works. So hello. Okay, so now we have defined a very small component for our home screen. So let's go into our app.tsx. Let's import our home screen and render it inside the app. To do that, I'm gonna write import home screen from source screens. Do you want it like this? Source screens home screen. And to render a component, we do that similar to how we do with built-in components, home screen, like this. If you're coming from web development, it's the same as we would render a div or a h1 and so on. Yeah, can't find variable React. So apparently I was wrong, but I read in their blog post, maybe you need some settings in order for it to work without importing React. But that was a try from React, right? Save. Okay, we have there hello. It's there. Okay, let's delete the text, and here render product component. So our product component, let's start with a view for the container of a component that is going to include everything. And the view will have style. For the styles, we're going to define them shortly, but let's define them now. Const style equal to style sheet dot create, and here we're going to define all the styles that we will need. First one is going to be styles. Let's call them styles dot root. We're going to have it here, and we're going to define them later, like the styles that we need there. So what do we have inside our view? Our view is the whole container. Wait a second. Yeah, the whole container. And as the left column, the first component here, it's an image. So let's do that. Let's render here image. Vadim, what are you doing? Image. The image needs, first of all, yeah, style. Styles dot. Come on. Did I do something wrong? Yeah, most probably I did something wrong. Image. And then a source. What's going on? What's going on here? View. What I don't like. Has no corresponding closing tag. No, you have one. Yeah, okay. Here I didn't close the image. We need to import the image from React Native. And for the source, we need to define like what image we want to render. So we're gonna send an object with URI, and the URI we can take it from our data. Somewhere here, yeah, we have a URI. We can copy it and drop it here. Drop it, baby. Okay, after defining the image, we'll need a width and a height to be displayed. So I'm gonna go with some random numbers right now just to see that it's there. Height 250. Save. Yeah, it is there. Okay, so what else? What do you complain here? Okay. Guys, should I just disable TypeScript prettier, because yeah, it's gonna mess with me. Okay, so the left column is done. Now for the right column, we have here more things inside it. So for that reason, I'm gonna put them inside another view just to encapsulate all of them to be able to render them in different rows. The first one will be a text for the title. I'm gonna open a product here, copy some text from here because I'm lazy and I don't want to, yeah, like that. We have a text. What else do we have there? We have a rating. Oh, the rating will be interesting. Ratings. And as the last row here, we have the price. So price is another text that is gonna say from $, and here the price, for example, $13.59. Okay, yeah. Now we can start styling everything, but before styling it, let me add some styles here. So style is equal to styles.title. Then I'm gonna copy it for the price as well. Price. Okay, let's define here the title, the price, and I will start with the root. So for the root, right now we see that our image and the text are displayed in different rows, but we need to display them in different columns. To do that, we're gonna specify the justify flex direction, no justify content, yeah. Flex direction will be row. It's gonna be one row and everything else we're gonna display there. Like this. Okay, what else does our root need? It will need some margin because it touches the borders. So the margin, let's say 10. Then it needs a border. You see that it has a nice gray border here. Yeah. So border border width will be 1 pixel. And border color, like a gray FFF. I don't like it. Color picker. Come on. Like a very light gray. This is gonna be a D1, D1, D1. That's okay. That's okay. What else? Some yeah, our corners right now are very sharp, so we can make them a bit more rounded by doing border radius 5. Yeah, that's okay. And overflow, if I do overflow hidden, will it do what I expect? No, it's not gonna do what I expect. But it's okay, because the issue right now is that, where is it? Here on the left, the image still has sharp corners, but on the right, it looks very nice with rounded corners. I can even increase it to, I don't know, 10? Yeah, that's okay. We can also add background color here, background color and FFF for the white to be it white. Okay, that looks better. Right, for this view, I will need some styles here just to add some spacing around the text. So styles dot right container, let's call it like this. I will have here padding, or yeah, let's do with padding. Padding to add some spacing inside the container, 10. Let's not forget to add here a comma. And now we have here this space between the image and also on the top and so on. Okay, for the title, I see that the title goes beyond the screen. I will try to fix this by going here in the text and saying that it can have a number of lines, it can have 3 number of lines. 3 lines. Okay. And here for the title, maybe I have to add with 100% to say that it shouldn't be larger than the parent. 100%. Title. Why do you do that? Title. Right container. Let's try it with a background color red. What's going on here? Yeah. Right container. Why? Because the root should have width 100% of the whole screen. We should take not more than 100%, right? Why you do not work? 50%. No. I will add everything. Will it work with Flex 1? No, because what do I have here? I have margin, right? Yeah, I have margins. So I will delete the margins from our root. Where do you go there? Why is it so? I will have to add here to the home screen some styles as well. So styles page. And for the page, let's try a Flex 1 here. Why do I mess around? So for the page will have padding because we need that space back. So the padding will be 10 as we said. What's going on here with the root? Title will not need this. Right container. Where is the right container going? Yeah, Flex 1 here for the right container. Okay. Does it display everything? Bluetooth USB? Yeah, it displays everything there. Okay. So the page, does it need to be 100%? No, it's default 100%. Root, the component, yeah, the component should have 100%. No. Right container. Yeah, I shouldn't have messed up with any width because everything works just with Flex for the right container. Okay, so let's think about the image. I have looked at Amazon, how they are doing. So I would say that the width, yeah, we shouldn't say the width. We will use Flex. So if I use Flex 1 here and Flex 1 to the right container, both of them will take half of a screen. But I want the right container to take a bit more. So 2 for the right container. I would go for 2 for this one and 3 for this one. Something like this. Because if we look here, yeah, I think that is 2 and 3 here. Okay, and the image should also have a property resize mode, because it depends on the screen size how we will resize the image. So we want to say contain, because we want to display the whole image, even if it will not cover the whole page. Because right now, let me try to show it to you. 50. Yeah, right now we have resize mode contain and we see the whole image even if it has some white space around. However, if we will say cover, then we will not have any white space. It will cover the whole space that it has, but it will crop some of the image. So in this case, I think contain will work better for us. So going back to Flex 2, yeah, I think that's good. Regarding the height, but yeah, that's okay. The exact text, we just need Flex 1. The title will need yeah, it is displayed with a little bit larger text. So font size will be 18. Okay, that's good. And we will already see that if the text is too long, because we set the number of lines free, it will automatically add 3 dots if it cannot render the whole text. So it will stop, add the 3 dots, and that's it. Because if we have here 4 lines, it will render the whole text. But that's not what we want. We want maximum to have 3 lines there. If it doesn't fit, it will put 3 lines. Okay, for the title, it's okay. Price as well, I think the same font size. Is it font weight bold? I don't think so, but we can try. So let's try font weight bold. Okay, that's good. The last step will be to to render our ratings, right? Okay, for the ratings. For the ratings, we will add a new view with a style rating styles ratings container. Inside this view, we will display 5 stars, and we're gonna display them using vector icons. Let's vector icons directory, and let's search some icons for these stars. Okay, my internet is very slow. Star, come on. Star and star hollow. Let me see the style. We are not that round. We are something like this. Oh, from the font awesome, I think I will use star, and they also have star half empty. We will need this one. So font awesome. Let's import them from here. Where is it? Import font awesome from React Native Vector Icons / font awesome, like this. And here we will render the font awesome. Name will be star. Size, let's try 18. And for the color, it's gonna be the color that we will see here, this orange. E47911. E47 what? 7911. Save. Star, not start, Vadim. Oh, that looks awesome. Okay, so let's for now let's just copy paste this icon and we'll see if we will improve it. Okay, like this. The last one we can say that it's a star-o. And yeah, this one will be star dot slash how is it, star half empty. Oh, there is a star half empty and star half full. Which one should we use, guys? Of course, star half full, because we are optimists. Full. Okay, so for the ratings container, we will, okay, and yeah, before finishing here, we will also have a text that will render the actual number, like how many ratings there are. So something like this. Okay, so for the ratings container, I'm gonna add it somewhere here. We can do it at the bottom. And we need to display them in the same row. So we already did that for our root. We know to do that by flex direction row. And now they are displayed in the same row. Yeah, we can add some styles here for each icon to add some space between them because they're touching right now. And yeah, we need to keep distance because it's COVID and stuff. Star. I will add it to all of them. Star. We'll have margin, not a lot, like 3. It's a lot, 2. Yeah, that's better. We see that the title is not horizontally aligned with the icons. To do that in our ratings container, we will say either align items center. Let's check center. Yes, align item centers, and now they are on the same like horizontal line with the stars. Okay, I think that I'm happy with how it turned out. We can add also some vertical margin vertical to the ratings container, like 10, to have like more space between the title and everything. Or a 5. Yeah. And yeah, I think with that said, our UI looks very similar to this UI. We display the title, we display the stars, how many ratings, the price. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. What else? I think that I wanted to also render old price. I'm gonna disable pre-tier for disable pre-tier for the whole project. Do we have it? Okay, they're displayed like this, more readable. Yeah, I agree, that's good. Yeah, I wanted to display also the old price. So if there was an old price, we'll display it and we will cross it from there. So let's add that text inside text because we can, because why not? And I'm gonna add here text, and I'm gonna have a different price, something like this, and the style will be equal to old price. Font size can be 12, I guess. Font weight, we don't need it bold. We can do, how is it, normal? I hope it's called normal. Margin left, let's add 5 pixels margin from the left, or padding. Padding. No, it doesn't want. Okay, I can do some space here. CSS. Where is all price? And text decoration. Text decoration line through. This will show it as like this. I will zoom in a bit, so hopefully you see it better. Yeah, and right now we also display the old price that is crossed. It's a very common feature in a lot of e-commerce applications. Okay, we have all the code for our component, but everything is still inside our home screen. So like this, we will not be able to reuse this for different components and so on, because everything is in the same file. For that reason, next step will be to create a separate component for this product item. And we're gonna do that inside our components. Let's create a new folder. The folder will have a name, I don't know, product items, something like this. Inside product item, let's add the index.tsx. Here, we're gonna do React Native functional component. The name will be product item. Product item, and instead of these views, we will copy everything that we have in our home screen for our render product. So starting with this view until the last one from here. Only the last view you shouldn't copy it. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it from here, and I'm gonna paste it inside this one. Let me fix a bit that. Let's import there. Yeah, we will need image, we will need view, we have text, we will need font awesome from here in our product item. We need to import it there. Oh, come on, Preacher, don't give me a hard time. And styles. For styles, in home screen, I decided to declare them in the same file, but usually in bigger projects, it's advisable, and what I do, I create a separate file inside the component called styles.ts. Make sure that it's in product, because I didn't, like this. It's in the product item, styles, and here I can declare them. Const styles equals style sheet. First of all, let's import the style sheet from React Native. Import style sheet from React Native. No, native. And at the end of the file, we're gonna export the styles. Export as default, export default styles. And by exporting them, we will be able to import them in our index.tsx from our product item. So here we do import styles from .styles, from this directory, styles from this file that we just created. Let's save. I don't see any issues here. Now we can move back to our home screen, because we don't see anything on our screen. I'm gonna clean everything except the page from these styles, because we need the page here. And we will want to render our product item in the home screen. So to do that, we import it the same way as we would import like a component from React Native. We do it from product product item from components product item, and we render it, yeah, simply by calling product item. Save, and it's back there. However, yeah, I can remove the image there and text. We don't use it here. Save. Yeah, we see it here. That's really cool. But the most important part is that we can, yeah, duplicate it, and we'll see 2 products and 3 products and 4 products. How as many as we would love. The only thing is that we need some spacing between these products. So back in the product item styles, I'm gonna go to the, I don't need page here. In the root, I'm gonna have some, will it work, margin 10. Back to how we started. So 10 is too much, 5 is good. And in this case, we actually, in the home screen, but no, we need it. Okay. We can do here margin vertical. Yeah, margin vertical. 5, yeah, that looks much better. Okay, so now we have individual components, product item, and by just using it, it will display this component in our page. We will be able to use it anywhere in our application. For example, in the search page, we can use it in the shopping cart, we can use it to recommend our products. So yeah, just by doing this separate component, it will help us, yeah, reuse it anywhere where we will need it. However, right now, all the data is the same. So all the components are rendering the same data. Yeah, all the components are using the same data, which is not what we need. We need a way to send some data from our, for example, home screen. We need to send the data to our product item, so that the product item will know what it should render. Not only how should render, but what should render, what data it will need. To do that, yeah, we can send this data as properties of this component, of this tag, similar to how you do that for, I don't know, like in HTML you have yeah, the image with source, something like that, and then alt, and this is the properties. This is how you send properties to the component. The same way we're gonna do it here for our product item. So our product item will render an item that we can define here. Let's say const no. You know what? I'm gonna start using our dummy data, because why did we create it? So we have our data and we have our products. This is a list of products. So let's import products from data products. And here for the item, I'm gonna send the first product in that array. So products at position 0. Element, okay, no worries. Yeah, if we look at this file, yeah, we have an array here, and each item in this array represents the data for one product in our search page. The first one, yeah, is the clean architecture book, then is clean code, then, yeah, it's other projects with different images, ratings, price, and so on. Okay, this is how we send data. But now the thing is how we will receive this data, how we will read it. So back in our product item index, here we go. We will receive the properties here in the function props here. Has any. Okay, in React Native, in JavaScript, that's enough. You just write props. It will work like this here as well. But because we have TypeScript, yeah, we need to declare some types. Like what type, like what properties do we expect from whenever we use this product item? I'm gonna define them here as product item props. This is gonna be an interface. An interface is a way to define like how will objects look. The interface will have, so what properties do we have? If we look here, we have an item property. Let's grab item. This is the item. And the item will be, what will it be? Will it be a string? Will it be an, I don't know, Boolean? It's not going to be a string or Boolean. It's going to be an object of different properties. The first one will be, for example, ID. If we look in our dummy data products, yeah, we have ID, title, image, average rating, ratings, price, and all price. So ID is going to be a string. Title is going to be a string. Image is going to be a string. It's a URL. What else do we have here? Average rating. This is going to be a number. What you don't like here? Quick fix. Fix printer problem. Okay, you want it like this? I will do it like this. Ratings, also number. Price, number. And old price is also a number. But some of these properties are optional. So we can define that they are optional by writing a question mark. I don't remember where. Is it here? No, I think it's here. Question mark. Yeah. And now old price is optional because not all of them will have an old price. Yeah, okay. Now, if we look at the home screen here where we send the item, it knows that it expects an item and it doesn't have a red arrow. Here, it has a red arrow because it doesn't know what type this product is. But don't worry about that. So, we receive this information. We receive it here in props. Then let's take it out from the props. So the const item equal props dot item because, yeah, we send it as item. Yeah, this is the long form. A shorter form, how to do this is if we have item here and item in the object, we can simplify it by saying, okay, destructure the destructure of item from the props. And also you can, if you don't have a lot of properties, you can do it directly here. So we take the item outside the props directly here. All these three steps are the same, so use the one that you feel that you understand and feel comfortable with. Okay, let's start with the image. So for the URI here, we're gonna instead of passing hard-coded image, I'm gonna say item dot image. And you see, because we define the types, VS Code will already suggest us properties from there. Okay, like this. Oh, come on. This is our title, right? So to access a variable inside our JSX, because we cannot do item.title because it will just render it as item.title. Item.image. And define is not an object. Oh, yeah, because I'm not sending any items here. So let me first delete these ones. and leave only the one with an item. Undefined is not an image. Products, like this. Sorry for my typo. Okay, where is it? Yeah, we cannot do this just item.title because that's what it's gonna show. So whenever we are in JSX, we want to access some variables or functions from JavaScript, we put them inside curly brackets, and now we render the actual title that we receive in our item. What else we have here? Ratings container. Okay, we know the ratings. We're gonna have some logic here, so wait a bit. Let's render the what? The number of ratings. Item. Where is it? Item dot ratings. Yes. And then for the price here, we're gonna render item dot price, and here item dot old price. Like this. However, if our item will not have an old price, because it's possible, we're gonna still render this $sign. So we need to render this text conditionally, only if the item has an old price. To do that, we're gonna put it inside curly brackets because yeah, that's gonna be a JavaScript expression. And here we're gonna do some magic. So we're gonna say item.oldPrice and the text. This means that if item old price, display the text. If it exists, if item has an old price, display it. If not, just ignore it. Prettier, what do you want? Yeah, it wants it like this. So in this case, we don't render anything, even this $sign. However, if we add back the old price, we render it correctly. This is how you render conditional conditional components, conditional views inside React Native. Yeah, this is the condition. This is what you want to render. Okay. Only this component is taking us so much time. What did I want to do? With these stars, right? With these stars. With stars. I'm gonna delete all of them, and I'm gonna I need to loop 5 times through this and render it 5 times. So yeah, I'm gonna put it inside yeah, JavaScript expression, and here I need an array of 5 elements. How to declare easily JavaScript array of 5 elements? JavaScript array of n elements. How to create? Okay, it's new array dot something. So new array. We need 5 items, and we need to map through each item like 5 times. And for each item, we're gonna render this star. Save. I messed up something here. Okay. One more closing bracket like this. No, it didn't want to do it. Does it need like this? Come on, where are you? Oh, come on. Should I do it with a for loop? No, easy. Like this. Dot map. Looks stupid, I know. Will work. Let's hope. What's going on here? Yep, I said it will work. So this is the element and this is the index of the element. Okay, index. Right? So for the index, we have a number there, average rating. So we need to say if the star that we want to render right now is less than the average rating, we will display a full star, because yeah, it's to the left of where the average is. If it's to the right, we're gonna display a full star. So I'm gonna do that logic here inside the name of a star. The logic will be like this. If the index, or yeah, I can call it I. If the index of this star is less than item.average rating, then the icon that we want to display is star, otherwise is star O. Average rating 2. Yeah, it works, but it should be if index is less than math.floor, just to round the average rating. Yeah, like this. So if it's 2.2, we display 2. If it's 3.2, we display 3. If it's 4, we display 4. If it's 5.0, it's all of them. Okay, that's perfect. 4. Okay, yeah. So I'm not gonna spend time for displaying like half a star. The logic will be pretty similar. You will check if it's between these two values, you will display as a half star. So that's a challenge for you to do. What do you want? Fix prettier. Okay. Tab expected where? Okay, let's not waste time with this one, please. Save. So, all right, we render them dynamically. That's good. That means that we can go back to our home screen, and if I put here another item, save, we're gonna display a different item. You see, the image is different, everything is different. 2, we see something else. 4, yeah, you see. Now, by changing only the data that we send, we can render a different, a component with different data. All right, having that, we can say that we finished this product component. It's reusable. We can send data, we can send props. We understand what props are. And now we can render a list of products with different data, yeah, based on our dummy data. To render a list of products, you need to use a Flatlist component from React Native. So let's, I'm gonna delete it later. So let's render this Flatlist, and the Flatlist expects 2 mandatory properties. First one is data, and the data is simple. For the data, you will send an array of items that you want to render in this Flatlist. In our case, our product is this array. Let's send the products. Yeah, it should be array, and Flatlist will display 1 component for each item in that array. But you also need to tell the Flatlist how it should render this item inside the array. Like how should it render each individual item from that array. And for that, we will send a render item function. Yeah, this function will receive here the item that it tries to render. We take it, we destructure it from the properties here. And then we render our product item and we send there the item itself. So this render item function will be called for every individual item here. And it will send this item to our component. And yeah, that's how we loop through all the items and we render a custom component for each item. Okay. We see it here render correctly. Let me just remove the first product from here. Yeah, we see a list of items. We are able to scroll through them. They all look really nice with different images based on our dummy data. And all of that just by rendering this flat list. I think we saw a warning: each child in a list should have a unique key property. Okay. Yeah, when you render a list, React expects you to send a key property so that the list will know when to render and which specific item to render, because just to optimize your application. And to do that, we're gonna say key extractor is equal to a function. This will also receive this item, and we will take from the item, we'll take the ID, right? Because we have an ID, and we just return the ID, specifying with do I have different 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I know that ID is the default key and we don't have to specify the key extractor. In case we don't have an ID to that in that item, then we need to provide a custom key extractor. But now it should automatically know. No, each child in a list should. Okay, it probably needs. And right now, if I refresh it, oh come on, key extractor. I wonder what Let me check again the products. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Do you receive an item like this? Save. Undefined is not an object. Ref item ID. Yep. You just found your channel. I'm going to have lots of marathons next week. That's really awesome. Come on, what's going on? Key extractor. Let's have a look. React Native Key Extractor. Item.id. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, no. I know where that issue is coming from. I think it comes from the product item and from here, from the ratings, because this is also a list of items. If I comment it out, if I delete it and rerun the application, that means that we don't need a key extractor. It should automatically know. Am I correct? Yeah, it automatically knows that the ID is the key. And going back here, we need a key property here. Key will be, yeah, what key should we assign? Item.id. No, it's gonna be like this, a string item.id plus the index. Where item ID dash index, because if we just say index, there will be other elements with the same index in other components, and in that case it's not gonna yeah, like this, it's not gonna be unique. And if we just put item.id, then we have 5 different icons in the same item. So that's why we need a combination of item ID or and not I, but like this, I save. You can also generate a random key here. That is gonna work also as well. Okay, maybe change it to a number. All right, so with that said, now we don't have any warnings. Everything is perfect. Our flat list is displayed. Our component is rendering everything as we expect. I would say that this page is done, and that we should move to the next page. It took me, yeah, we are 1.5 hours already. That's gonna be interesting. We have to speed up a bit. How are you doing, guys? Sorry I didn't look in the chat because I'm trying to focus. Okay, horizontal scroll bar false. Yeah, we can also disable the scroll bar. That's totally possible. You are the best. Thank you very much. No, you are the best. Close with okay. I don't know why, but when I use Amazon app, it doesn't feel native. Yeah, because it's not a native app. It's just a web view. So it's an application that displays the website. Yeah, because it would require a lot of resources to create the same application as we have for the website, and they decided that okay, they can give up on some native features such as notification, but they will have the same experience both on website and on mobile application and so on. Dynamite, love you, Vadim. Your hard work is speechless. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that you see it. Array 5 feel, yeah, probably that's true. Vadim, do you know Flutter? I heard about that. What's that? Is that a dessert? Okay. If you're already an experienced React developer, will the transition to React Native be smooth? How would you describe it? It's gonna be smooth. All the hard parts, all the logic comes from React, from the React library. So you are gonna be familiar with everything. The only difference is the styles. You're not gonna write CSS, you're gonna write styles in JavaScript. As you saw here, and also yeah, the built-in elements that you're gonna use. So you're not gonna use a div, you're gonna use a view. You're not gonna use like a h1, for example. You're gonna use a text, and that's it. Like there are also some small things that you most definitely will get used to, but other than that, yeah, it's mostly the same. Not the same, but yeah, it's gonna be easy to get there. Hey, let me try to pronounce your name, Isayah, yeah? Thank you very much for the donation. Fist bump, yeah, let's go. Okay. Let's finish up with show horizontal scroll bar to false. Yeah, let's do it if that's very important. Okay, show horizontal bar false. By doing that, show horizontal scroll indicator, but not horizontal, it's vertical. Vertical. Yeah, and it's gone. We don't have that ugly scroll indicator. Okay, guys, let's move on because we have a lot of things to do today. Okay, the next step is the product page. The product page, we're gonna start with the title. Then we have to render the image carousel here, and this carousel will render multiple images. We're gonna be able to swipe through them. Then the option selector, which we might drop. We'll see. Okay, for that reason, let's close everything. Op, we have more people. Hello, Piotr. Thank you very much for the donation. Yeah, where are you from? Because you have a Russian name, but yeah, it's not rubles. Yeah, for our product details, we need a separate screen. So let's create a new folder in our screens called product screen. Great work, thank you very much. Product screen. In product screen, we're gonna need the index.tsx. Let's React Native functional component, product screen. It's not a good idea to have prettier and ESLint during live streams. Okay. Product screen. We have it here. And the only thing that we need to do is to replace the home screen with the product screen because we want to see it here in our emulator. Right now we don't have navigation, and yeah, this is gonna be taken care by the navigation, but we can do it manually here. So from screens, we're gonna import product screen, same name, and here let's replace it with product screen. Okay, we see here product screen. That's good. So I can close the app index. For the product screen, I will need the styles.ts because we're gonna have a lot of styles here. So I don't remember the shortcut for the snippets, so I'm gonna have to do it the long way. Style sheet from React Native. Const styles. Create. And let's export default the styles. By doing that in our index, we can import styles from the same directory, styles. Okay, so what do we have here? We will have a title, we will have an image carousel. Okay, and then the next, where is the next? Title, image carousel, not here. Yeah, this can be our title. So styles.title. Then we will have image carousel. Then we will have option selector. After that, price, description, quantity selector, price here, description, quantity selector, and what's the last part is the buttons. Okay, buttons. Right, what should we start with? Okay, let's import some dummy data here, the product, and start using it right away without writing here data. So let's import. This time we'll import the product, not the products. I have a separate file for this data for the details. It contains more data there. So let's do it from parent folder data. Then not products but product, like this. And here we can say this is gonna be the product.title. We have it there. Awesome. Image carousel. I think I'm gonna do it the last one. Option selector. Price. Price is the easy one because we can basically copy it from our product item here. Where do we have it? Yeah, let's copy the text with the styles price. It contains also the old price. We will put it here. And I'm gonna take also some styles from there for the price and old price. Okay. What? Okay, it's not item, it's product. Save. Yeah, the price is there. Okay. Description. For the description, it's gonna be also pretty simple. We're gonna have item dot, not product item. Product dot description. Let's give some style to it. Description. Let's add all the information, and then we're gonna be able to style it. Quantity selector. Yeah, the selectors are tricky. And buttons. Okay, error line 9, title. Thank you. So, what? Yeah, it's a lot of things. For the selectors, what did I use for the selectors in our Netflix clone? I remember that not a lot of libraries are working. It's a bit tricky to work with drop-down selectors. So let me have a look at the Netflix clone. Do we have any? I can go in the components. Was there the movie item, episode item? No. Which is that? Movie item. Let's try. Nope, not this one. or maybe it was in the screens, in the movie details screen index here, and I used a picker from React Native picker. Yeah, from here. All right, let's install this library. This will help us. Here it is. To have like the drop downs that we will need for both the color and for the quantity. Not sure why quantity is with a drop down here, to be honest. Weird design choice. Yeah, let's first of all install it. So yarn install yarn add Vadim, come on. Man, it's so hot in here. And what installation steps do we also need to take? Yeah, auto linking for React Native above 60. Yeah, only no additional steps for Android required. And for yeah, macOS only pod install, and that's it. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. npx pod install, and we can import the picker inside our component here. And what do we have here? Option selector. So for the option selector, we're gonna have a picker dot, I think it's just picker, and inside it we will have picker dot item with label and value. Okay, I'm gonna show you how it can be used, and then we're gonna adjust it for our use case. And I need to rerun the application because I did pod install. Where do you live? At the moment, I live in Spain, Tenerife. It's an island very far away from civilization. Why I don't use Expo in this build, and what is the limitation of Expo in this application? The limitation, I could use Expo because it would have helped me get started much easier. And yeah, I really love Expo, but in this build, I know that in the end we will need to do payment integrations. And for payment integrations, you need the React Native CLI version. Or I could have started with Expo, and whenever I need the native code, I could have ejected. But I decided to, because we will need these native libraries, to start it with React Native CLI this time. We're gonna have Expo on our channel for sure in the future. So, come on, what's taking you so long? I finally ordered a chair, so hopefully it will come soon because my back is screaming right now. Successfully built. Let's see. Yeah, it's here, and we see the selector here for Java and JavaScript that we have here. Okay, that's nice, but we will like to render the options that are coming from the product, because if we have a look at our dummy data product, we have here an array of options. So let's loop through this array of options, and for each option, let's render a picker item. So to do that, yeah, I'm gonna leave only one. And here I'm gonna do item dot, not item, but product, right? Product dot options dot map. So let's map through each item. And for each option inside our array, we will render a picker item like this. Let's close it. So yeah, let's add the brackets, even though they're not required. Quick this. Hey, why did you delete it? Map option. What's wrong with you? Picker item label. Hey, come on. You are open here and you're closed here. What? Oh, I needed one more. Okay, I didn't see it. Yeah, I need two closing brackets, one for my map and one for this one. So the label will be the will be option dot just option, because our option is a string, and the value, yeah, let's do also option like this. So here we have a picker with different options that we have here. So if we will have here a red one, we will have here 3 options. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time styling this picker. Yeah, you can send here styles and do it as you see fit, but I'm gonna stick to the default like this, because yeah, we have a lot of things to do. The only thing that I'm gonna do is to introduce state here, because right now, yeah, we select an option, but in our code there is nowhere where we save what the user selected. To do that, yeah, we need a state in this component that will define like which option did the user select at the moment. So whenever the user finishes his checkout, we know like, yeah, what option to order and what option to send him. To do that, I'm gonna use a hook called useState. And I'm at the top of a function here, I'm gonna define this useState. So useState. Yeah, we can have it. Yeah, but this is the default value like that our state will contain. And our useState hook will return us 2 values, an array with 2 values. The first one is the actual value. So let's call it selected option. And the second one is a setter, is a function that we're gonna use to change the selected option. So usually you call it set and the same name, set selected option. Okay, with the selected option, we can send to the picker here, how is it called? Selected value, right? Selected value is our selected option. And there is a callback on value change. On value change, item value, item index, set, we will call our setter, this one, set selected option. Set selected option, item value, like this. And let's delete that one. I don't need the item index here. I can, yeah, also simplify this a bit. And doing that, yeah, whenever I will change it, visually nothing changed. However, we can do here console log selected option. And if I open the debugger by pressing command, not on Android is command or control M. Here is control D. I'm gonna do debug with Chrome. I'm gonna press FN F12 or inspect here so we can see the console. Okay, let's wait a bit until it runs. Yeah, this is how you debug and how you see all the warnings, everything. Now let's change the selected value to space gray. We see here space gray. Then to red. We see here red. You see, we keep track of what is the default value. Also, you saw that initially we console log an empty value. So to fix that, we can say that the default value for the selected option will be the first option in our array. So it's going to be product.options at position 0. But that's only if option actually exists. Can I do that? Because option is not mandatory field, because yeah, there are products without option. I'm gonna do a check. So if product.options, we're gonna set it to product options at position 0. Otherwise, it's gonna be null. Like this. And initially we should see black. Yeah, like this. And refresh. Yeah, the initial is black. Black we see here. We change to red. Red is here. Awesome. Okay, next step. What's the next step? Picker, option selector, then quantity selector. I'm not sure why did they choose to do it like this with also drop down. I think I'm gonna design them similar to the way they are shown in the basket. Yeah, like a number with plus and minus sign. Very simple. Let's try to do them real quick here. So I'm gonna have a view. I'm gonna have yeah, these are buttons. These are two small buttons. So we have a minus button and a plus button. To create buttons, yeah, first of all, it's better to create a separate component because we will need it both here and also in the shopping cart. So not to waste a lot of time afterwards to refactor, I'm gonna create a new component, new folder. The component will be called quantity like this selector. Okay, let's define index here, index.tsx, React Native functional component. And this is going to be quantity selector. Okay, we have a view. Then I started explaining that we will have a button, and to create buttons in React Native, we have this pressable component. It's not a button, it's actually a very primitive component without any styles. It's just a component to wrap anything that you want inside it, and using the pressable, we will be able to detect user presses. So we can say pressable on press. The one press will be on minus. the one minus is our function that we will define here with the logic that is going to happen when we press the minus button. So basically we will decrease the quantity. Inside pressable here we need to put something. We can put just the minus text like this. After the button we have the quantity, let's say 0, and after the quantity we will have the plus sign, and the function will be const on plus, and here on plus. Okay, let's include this component in our page, and then we will be able to adjust the styles of it and implement the logic, of course. So in our product screen, let's import quantity selector from components, quantity selector. We're gonna use it here like this. And yeah, it's here at the bottom of the screen. We can see them very small. Let's real quick style them. So I'm gonna do the styles inside here. Styles, style sheet dot create. We will have a style for the root. We will have a style for the button, for the plus and minus button. Probably button text, like for the actual text inside the button, and for the quantity. Let's assign these styles to all the components that they need. This is our root. Okay, this is our button. This is our button text. This is our quantity. Again, button. This is button text. Okay. So for the, what do we start with? Root. I want to display them in the same row. For that reason, it's gonna be flex direction row. Okay. Button will have, I don't know, a width of 25 and height 25. We're gonna align items in the center to have a plus and minus sign in the center, the same as justify content, to have them both vertically and horizontally. You know what? The root as well will have align items to have the quantity text centered. The background color, yeah, do they have a background color? Yeah, they have a grayish background color there. And the whole component has a border with one border color gray. Let's pick, where is it? Something like this. It's gonna be okay. And why is it full screen? What? No. That's very weird. Why is it? Okay, we're gonna figure it out sooner or later. I can, easily I can define with 100 pixels like this, and we're gonna have justify content space between. Is it good? It's perfect. I will increase the size of the buttons. Vadim, don't waste a lot of time, please. Background color of the buttons, a darker gray. Too much, I think. Oh, so ugly. I will do it like this, and the border lighter. So what do we have here from the styles? It's pretty good. I'm not gonna try to make them perfect here. I don't know. Quantity, color, we can define a color here. As we saw here, the blue, I guess it's this 007 EB9. 007 EB9. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Button text, font size. Vadim, stop. Perfect. Okay, now the styles are done. We need to implement the logic. And the logic will be, okay, we need to render a variable here, not a simple text, but an actual variable that we will hold in state. And whenever we press on minus and plus, we need to change this value. So the thing is that we don't want to handle the state here. I mean, we don't want to keep the state here, because the quantity selector will just be responsible for rendering them and for calling some functions. But the actual state should be managed in the parent component. For example, in this case, in the product screen, because here is where we have an option as well as the option, like similar to the option. We will have the quantity and a set quantity, right? Or we can also, instead of, will it confuse people? Okay, let's keep it like this. So quantity set quantity. Okay, having them here, we just need to send them to our component, and that component will display the quantity and call set quantity whenever we press plus or minus. Let's do that here. So come on, quantity is equal to quantity and set quantity is equal to set quantity. We just send the state and the setter, like the function that will change the state. By doing so, inside our component here, we can receive the quantity and the set quantity, like this. And yeah, instead of writing here 0, we will render the quantity. And if I save here, should be 1. Yeah, because that's the default state that we set. On minus, whenever we press on minus, we want to set quantity to quantity minus 1, right? And if I do minus, that works. And here should be plus 1. And if I do plus, it works. We increase the quantity. If we want to prevent people from going below 0, we can do a simple check here. We say math.max between it's either 0 or quantity minus 1. So the minimum value will be 0. Will it work? Yeah. After I press, it doesn't go below because this value is minus 1, this is 0, and the maximum value between 0 and minus 1 is 0. That's how we stop it at a position that we want. Okay. Yeah, I think that we're done with this quantity selector. Back in our product page here, okay, quantity selector, we have buttons. For the buttons, you know what? I'm also gonna create a separate component because we have like this button, we have these buttons, and I don't want to style them always. I just want to have a reusable button that I can use in different places where we need it. For that reason, components. Let's create a new component folder, button, and the button will have index.tsx. React Native functional component. Here will be the button. So what properties will the button receive? It will receive, first of all, the text that we need to render, like this text, and the on press. The on press will be a function. Button props. Let's define also the types for this interface. The text will be string. On press will be function. I think that's how you say that it's going to be a function. Am I right? I might be wrong. So instead of a view, we need the pressable because that's a button. Pressable. We send to the button on press, we send the function that we receive from properties, and inside the text we render the text that we receive. Now we have a simple on pressable that we will be able to style. Before that, let's just render it here on the screen to see it and be able to style. So we're gonna have a button that we can import from there. Text, and on press is gonna be press. Yeah, at this moment it's gonna be an empty function. We're gonna implement it a bit later. So we have two buttons there. The one says add to cart and one buy now. So add to cart, and the other one is buy now. We can here do console warn add to cart, just to know that it works. Console, yeah. Same thing here. We can do and say buy now. Let's save. Unexpected token. What you didn't expect here? On press. Oh, here on press. Forgot the arrow. And if I press on add cart, I see them as text. I will style them later. Yeah, the add to cart is console log buy now. That means that we take care of the on press and interaction correctly. Back to our button, let's define the styles. Style sheet.create, and let's style the root and I don't know, text. Let's assign the styles to our components as styles.root, and the same thing here for the text. styles.text. Okay, the root will have a background color. Background color. Well, come on. This orange, E47911. E47911. Like this. It will have some margin. 10. Okay, it will have a height of 35. Let's align everything to the center. Justify content center, align items center, save. Now the titles are in the center. What does it have also? Yeah, it has some borders. Not sure if I want them. And also the colors are not the same. Yeah, we are using a bit different style there, but I'm okay with this. I would do the border radius. Border radius 5 to make the round. And for the text, text font size. Bold. No, font size 18 is too much. Doesn't look good. 16. Yeah, this is better. And yeah, I would keep them as like this. I can add a border width and border color. Border width to be closer 1, and border color will be something like this, but a bit darker. Okay, let me try to get one from here. Like this. Save. Doesn't seem to show up. Maybe even darker. One. Yeah, something like this. Yash, I would also say that text color should be white, but in their case, it's black. Okay, their colors are a bit lighter, but yeah, I'm okay with that, you know. These are details that, yeah, you can play around with the colors to match it the design that you would like. With that being said, I'm done with the button. And going back to our product screen, we have here what? Replace prettier. Give me some time. Fix this prettier problem. Fix everything. On press. Okay, here in the button, I think I messed up the type. So it's a function and the result is a void. Like this, yep. So we have a button. Our buttons are done. We have quantity selector is done. Now probably we will need to add some styles to the description, to the title. Price is okay. And yeah, the image carousel. Okay, let's go. Let's yeah, before going there, let's add some styles to this description. We have styles here. Description. Even the view will have a style root. Let's start with some spacing. Usually when you add space, like everything completely changes. Yeah, I read a book about like how to easily improve the design, and spaces and colors is everything in design. So root, we will add some padding, right? Padding 10. Okay. I will add background color white because now it's a grayish. Okay, like this. And what else? Padding. Okay, we have description. For description, we will add margin vertical to give it some room. 10. Yeah, here. It's okay. I don't mind. I'm thinking that the buttons shouldn't have any margins themselves, because you see that they do not seem aligned with everything else. So I'm gonna go into our button here, and where is it? Margin. I'm gonna do margin vertical as well. So now they will be aligned with the parent. They'll be full size with the parent. Okay. Title. Let's add some styles for the title. What should be there? It pretty much matches the design of from here, to be honest. I don't have to do anything. Color dark gray. No, it's too light. No, I don't need anything here. If I will want, I'll come back and design it better. So yeah. What else, guys, do I need? The image carousel, and everything will look perfect, right? We have here the options. We have okay. Description. The description, I would, you know what will make it look better? The line height, right? Line height, it's 14, no, 16, it's 18. Oh, no, like this. 20, even 20. Yeah, just probably 20 is too much, but no, it's perfect. Just like this, it's already like more readable. The text is more readable, and it looks better. So yeah, the next step will be our image carousel. What was the book name? It's Refactoring UI. It's a pretty expensive book, I would say, but it was really nice. So guys, I'm gonna be back in just 1 minute. Let me know if you have any questions, and when I'm back, we can talk for a minute or two, and we're gonna implement the image carousel that we see here on the screen. So I'm gonna be back. Stay here. I'm so mad of these panels. All right. So you can use React Native style snippet in VS Code when starting out new styles. Okay, thank you very much. React Native style. Yep, perfect. Thank you very much. That's gonna save me some time. All right. Okay. Is it possible to pass the styles as a prop to component and then using styles from props, default styles inside component? Yeah, that's possible. And yeah, you gave even the answer. Like, that's how you do it. So for example, in this case, button, let's say that we will want to send some additional, I don't know, button styles or text. Yeah, button styles like container styles. And the container styles will be an optional object, right? Object. So in our pressable, we want to merge container style with the default style that we have here. So in this situation, we can either, as you said, do an object and destructure the root, and then destructure the container style. Where is it? Contain. Either like this, that will also work, or you can simply put them inside an array. So if you send an array of styles to the style of any component, it will know to merge them properly. And also add the styles that you receive as props as the second one. Because if you'd like to override some, for example, background color here, we can do that from the product screen here. Let's go to the add to cart. We want to send container style, and we want to override the background color with more of an yellow, right? I don't know, it will look terrible. But just for the purpose of showing you that it's possible, like this. You see, we send some additional styles through props, and we merge the styles that we sent with the styles that we already defined in the component. And yeah, with these buttons, this is a very good use case, and it's used very commonly because you want to have default styles, but maybe in some cases you want to send some different styles, and that's how you do it. Thanks for the question. Glad to be here. Hello, Vadya Krasava. Спасибо. Okay, let's move on. So for people that are just joining in, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that there are some new people that are coming here. Yeah, what are we trying to do here today? We are building a full stack e-commerce application using React Native, and we are doing this based on Amazon design. Yeah, we're building the search page with the products, which is already done. We have built it in the first part of the video. Now we are working on the product details page, where we will display the details of a product inside the e-commerce website. Yeah, we're finishing this with the image carousel. That's what we're gonna do right now. And later on, we're gonna display the shopping cart, the address form here, and put everything inside navigation, set up the navigation. So we still have some things to do. We're gonna be here around, let's hope that we're gonna be done in 1.5 hours. Okay, so as I said, the next step that we have to do is to create the image carousel. We've got the second coffee. Thank you very much, Alex. Yeah. What's the backend that we are gonna use? We're gonna use for this build AWS Amplify, but that's gonna come in the next week. So subscribe to the channel, make sure to turn on the notification bell because we are live every Friday at 2 p.m. GMT. Will you show how you to upload an app on Play Store? I've been asked this multiple times. I might do a separate video with uploading an app to the Play Store. But yeah, like, oh, yeah, I can do that. Not promising that it's gonna be this week or next week, but it's gonna be there. Okay, image carousel. So what is gonna be the image carousel? It's gonna be a horizontal list of multiple images that we will be able to swipe through them and see them. The cool thing about this is that we will be able to snap the image to the center of the screen. So just by a simple swipe, the image will switch and is going to be centered in the screen. Not just, you're going to see what I mean by this in a moment. And after that, we're going to implement these dot indicators in the bottom of the screen to see like on which image we are displaying at the moment. Do you want to create the entire app today? I had a disclaimer at the beginning, and if you mean the entire Amazon app, no, I'm never gonna be able to do the entire Amazon app, even if I would want and I would have all the time in the world. But the things that we planned for today are the things that I explained just now. And today we're gonna build only the UI part of application. In the next video, we're gonna build the backend. And in the third video, we're gonna build the payment integration to have a fully functional app, a full stack application with a front and backend, payment integration, and so on. So everything today, we're gonna build the things that we planned for it. Okay, so let's get going. Let's get going. For the image carousel, I'm gonna create a new component, of course, and it's gonna be image carousel like this. Carousel index.tsx, and let's React Native image carousel. Come on. Okay. What about product logic? What product logic do you mean? Image carousel. So what the image carousel will receive? It will receive an array of images. So images that it needs to render. And also it will receive nothing else. Only an array of images. Everything else will be handled here. Okay. Let's just write images here to be sure that we're rendering this carousel in our screens, product screen, index, and here we will display the image carousel with the property images that we are gonna take from our product dot images. Our product dummy data contains an array list of images, so that's what we're gonna send there. If we save, we see here images somewhere between the text. It's there. Let's go back to our image carousel, and As we already know, to display a list of items, a list of things in React Native, we use a flat list. A flat list, and the items data, not items, data, is going to be our images, an array of image URLs, and the render item. Here we have item. Okay, this is the function that is going to be called for each image, and here we need to specify how we want to render the image. In other places we created a custom component. Here we can define the component here, like how each item should look. So it's going to be an image with some styles dot image, and the source will be URI, and it's gonna be the item, because yeah, where is our product data? Product. Here we see images is an array of URLs. We receive here this array of URLs. We send it to the data of a flat list, and the render item will be called each time for each individual URL here. And the URL, the one individual URL will be this item. That's why we take the item and we send it to here to URI. Okay, I need to define here some properties. I can define them inline, so without defining an interface. I can say images is an array of string. Save. I messed up here some image. Let's import the image. Styles, nope, styles. I will define the styles here. So how did you say React Native style? Yep, thanks. Okay, we will have styles.root and styles.image, right? Root and image. We need to import the style sheet from React Native. Save. Unexpected token. Okay, we need to close the image because we forgot to do that. Okay, and it's here. So for image, usually when the image is not displayed is because of a width and height. So let's just add some random width and height just to see if it's displayed. Save. Yep, it's displayed. The thing is that we want to display them horizontal, not vertically. To do that, in the flat list, we can pass here an option horizontal. This will display them horizontally. That's nice. The image width will be, let's say that it is going to depend on the screen width. So to take the screen width, because we want to have the dimension almost to cover almost the whole screen, we can say that use dimension. Use window dimension. Let me remind myself, how is it? React Native use dimensions. Yeah, use window dimension. Okay, and window width. Yeah, having our window width here. That means that we cannot define the width in our style, but we will do that inside here. So the style will be, as we already talked about how to define multiple styles here. So I'm gonna add them inside an array. So first one is the style that is coming from here, that is gonna have, like, for example, height and so on. But for the width, we're gonna define here width, which is the window width. Save, like that. Window width, and also some, to take into account some padding, right? -20. Yep, like this. Okay. All right. The height of the image will be 250. Will it be enough? Yeah. And the image will have cover. How is it? Cover mode? No cover mode. Resize mode. Contain. To contain everything on the image. Yeah, like this. Okay. It looks good. Should we add some, I don't know, padding here? Like, can you? Padding? No, we can add some margin. 10, and that means that the width should be -40. Yeah. Because yeah, it's 10 from the margins of the screen here and to the left and right, and 10 to the left and right of the image itself. So that's why it's window width -40. Okay, we are displaying these images here. That's really awesome. We can also hide the show horizontal indicator to false, to hide the scroll indicator like this. But now it behaves like a scrollable thing, like it doesn't snap to the view. So to do that, we can add some properties to the flat list. So whenever we scroll a bit, it will automatically focus on one and put it in the middle of the screen. So to do that, we can work with snap to interval, and yeah, snap to interval here needs the width of each item. So how wide is each item? I think it's window width 40, like this. Okay, it also needs the snap to alignment. And this one expects a value center and or start. So where should the snap interval like this thing be? And I guess in our case is end or center. And also it needs the deceleration rate, which can be fast or slow. So in our case, it's going to be fast. Like how fast it will move from one item to another. Yeah, here, you see? I just scroll a bit and it comes back to the center. If I scroll a bit more to the left, it will center this one and so on, all of them. I think I messed up something with this window width, to be honest, because it doesn't actually center it. Let me just add some background color here to have a look. Background color, red. So here it works okay, but here center and I don't know. Should we be slower? Oh, no, it's 20. minus 20 without taking in consideration the I guess, yeah, 20. It's in perfectly in the middle. This one again perfectly in the middle without taking in consideration the margin of the page, only the margin of the image, because yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's really nice, and it was pretty easy to build. So let me delete this one, and that's how we render carousel with images. The next step is to this dot indicator. So we need a list of dots, and that will indicate like at which image we are looking at the moment. It might feel and seem hard, but it shouldn't be that hard to implement, because yeah, the dots are also a kind of representation of the images, but in different form. So for that reason, we can look through all images, and for each image render a dot. That's the simplest thing that we can do. So image.map for each image and index, we will render a dot, a view, right? And the view will have some styles. Style will be style dot. So let's define the styles for this dot. The dot should have like width, I don't know, 25, height 25, border radius to make it a circle, border radius like also 25. But where are they? And background color, the gray. Oh, but no. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna work with this gray. So it's not gonna be background color. It's gonna be border width 1 and border color gray. With this one. Yeah, they're here. 25 is too much. 10 is much better, and we will put them in a view because we need to put them in the same line. Styles dots. Okay, dots container or just dots, and let's put these dots inside. For that, what you don't like? Save. Styles has already been declared. Yes, I know. Where? No. Okay. Dots will be flex direction row to put all the dots in the same row like this, and align items center, and justify content also center. We don't need align items because all the items have the same size. For the dot, we will need to add some spacing. So let's add some margin, also 5. Yeah, that's pretty nice. This is how, yeah, dot. I think it also has a color, just to, you know what? I can do background color. This one, and the border should be a bit darker, right? No, this one lighter. Even lighter. Perfection. Now guys, yeah, we display these dots, but they do not display the active dot, like which is the active image here. Okay, the first thing is that we need to know like which is the active image, like what index is the image of the active. Yeah, what index is the active image. For that, we're gonna need a state. So active index and set active index is equal to use state. Initially, it's gonna be 0. Let's not forget to import the state from React. Like this. And yeah, and here inside our view for our dot, we need to check if this is the active one. We need to change a bit the background color. So let's do this logic here. So we will put it in an array and define custom styles here. And the custom styles in our case will be the, let me think how to do it properly. Okay, styles is styles dot, and the background color will be background color this one. So if this is the image with the active, which is active, if index of the image that we are rendering right now is the same as the active index from our state, then we're gonna render the color will be darker, and otherwise it's gonna be lighter. Does this make sense? We have conditional background color check, and yeah, if the index of a dot, in this case the index is 0 and the active index is 0, if they match, the background color will be this one. If they don't match, it will be this one. So if I change in the state here the index to 1, it's going to be the second one, and so on. Now we need to think how should we sync the image carousel with the dots. Like how should we update this active index whenever we change slides, like change images. Background color red is a game over. Yeah, I will always use them. Okay. Yeah, as I said, we need to understand when the image is changed and update the set active index. For that, Flatlist has something like, I also added it here, on viewable items changed and viewability config. Okay. So the on viewable items change. Yeah, this is a callback, which is called whenever the items in a flat list have changed, like which one is visible on the screen and which one are not. So with this callback, but we also need to add the viewability config, we will be able to call when okay, change. The callback will have an option here, viewable items. Okay. First of all, let's add the config, viewability config, And this is an object which contains where we can set like how should our visible items be managed. For example, it has either a view area coverage percentage or an item visible percentage threshold. They're kind of the same, but for the area coverage, the item will be visible whenever it's gonna cover more percentage that you set here. So if you set here like 50, the item will be considered visible whenever it will take half of the screen. With items visible percentage is the same, but think about how much of an item is visible on the screen, not how much space it takes on the screen. So if half of items is already on the screen, we consider it visible. In our case, I think we're gonna work with view area coverage percentage, and we consider that the item is visible if more than 50% of it is visible on the screen. And this, I think, will make sure that only one item is visible on the screen, is considered visible on the screen. View area is gonna be 50. Let's see. Let's say 50. Okay. Also, it has minimum view time, and this is very useful if you scroll very fast through the things and you don't want to trigger any interaction, any changes. Then we can say that the item should be on the screen for the minimum of, I don't know, like 300 milliseconds. I think it's milliseconds, right? I think it's milliseconds. So the item should be visible on the screen for at least 300 milliseconds to be considered as visible. In our case, we don't need this minimum view time. It was useful in our Airbnb clone, but here it's not needed. Having let's console log viewable items. Why it's so slow? Come on. View is not defined. Come on. Will you work? Oh my god, we have so much still. Oh. Guys, how do you hear me? How do you see me? The stream health is excellent, but my PC is very slow, I'm afraid. Come on. On viewable items changed. Refresh, please, refresh. No. Okay. Can you hear me, guys? I think my that's because of my PC. Let me try to close some tabs here. Will that help? I'm just gonna wait. I really hope that it gets back to normal, because I had it previously and it got back to normal. So I'm gonna just wait a bit for it to get back to